Get up.
You get out of bed this instant.
And turn it on. Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist from the therapy room, Dr. Geraldine Tan. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
How you doing, Jerry?
I actually woke up late this morning, so a story to tell later on.
That's
but
nice.
Yes, otherwise, all's good because I'm seeing both of you today.
Yeah, we're missing Angel. We just mentioned just now.
Yes, she's off in South Africa.
You know, sometimes when she's around, I just feel like, this woman just can't stop talking. And then when she's not around, I miss her. Really?
You know she can listen to you on audio.
I just said I miss her.
Yes, I know. You also said she talks all the time.
So she doesn't talk a lot?
She does. She's got things to say.
Yeah, but she talks a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Anyways, let's see what we are talking about today.
Anyway, every time I look at Jerry, I feel happy. That's a good thing, right?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, no matter how shitty I feel, the moment I see your face, I'm happy.
That's a good thing.
That's a nice thing to say.
Okay, on that note, the ABCs of what are we?
Emotional detox.
What in the world is emotional detox?
Yeah.
So Angel was the one that sent me an article, and she was like, this is very interesting, and it was talking about getting rid of negativity. So I thought it was very, very apt. Chinese New Year is coming, and every year when it gets closer to Chinese New Year, we talk about decluttering. So it goes into that whole theme of decluttering, right? Declutter your mind, declutter, all the negativity that is around you. So I call it an emotional detox because the more I think about it, is it only negativity that, we are getting rid of? So it's a bit strange, but I thought we can discuss about it, So we're going to start with the first question, which is, what emotions do you want to grow? Now, we need to have a base first. We need a foundation. You can't say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this. Then you'll be empty. You have this void within yourself. So let's look at what you have, right? So what kind of emotions or what emotions do you already have that you want to grow?
You want to grow? I thought we were talking about. For a moment, I said. I heard you saying throw. Throw away.
But basically, what Jerry is saying is, what do you want to grow? Figure out what you want to grow before you figure out what you want to chuck out.
Yeah, but for example, I feel like I've already grown already. I just need to chuck out certain things.
No, but what emotions? Are there any emotions that you want to grow, to develop more?
No, I'm perfect already. I just want to get rid of the bad juju.
The bad juju.
Dear
He wants to get rid of bad juju.
Sorry, so I'm okay, you tell us a little bit more, Jerry. Okay, answer FD. What emotions do you want to grow?
I know. So today's topic is a very reflective topic, and I think FD will be really deep in thought, and which he already has. So a lot of times we want to throw things, right? But we don't think what we want to keep, and we hoard. So I'm saying that look at what you have and what you want to develop first before you throw it. We'll get to the throwing bit in a little while because throwing is very cathartic, right?
Yeah.
So but we cannot anyhow throw away the wrong thing. How? That's where you go, oh my gosh, I threw away something that I actually wanted or needed,
Okay. All right, let's continue to talk to Jerry on The Big Show TV. Up next, James Bay. Here's Goodbye Never Felt So... I wanted to say good. No, so bad. On Kiss 92.
Jerry, would empathy be an emotion?
It can
elaborate be, right?
a little bit more. You want
to be more empathetic.
I think I'm not enough. I'm not empathetic. I'm not compassionate enough.
But remember something that you wanted to do for this year, FD? You mentioned that you want to give yourself more. So is it that you want to grow that compassion for the self. So now it becomes a bit more specific. So it's
No,
not.
I think I need to grow my compassion for others, and that will help me feel better about myself.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So that's an emotion that you have already, and you would like to continue to grow
Grow that.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
okay.
you've been uncompassionate for too long.
You're terrible. It's not that I'm not compassionate. I feel I'm not compassionate enough. What's wrong with
I
you,
see.
damn it? Nonsense,
Yes.
this fella, you know.
Glenn is just lost. You know, every time we talk about emotions, right? He goes like, "Okay, I'm trying."
Why? No, but Jerry, why are people like this? Okay, we're talking about decluttering. You have to get hold of
Yes.
your emotions. Why
Yes.
do some people find it so hard to connect with their emotions?
We don't actually sit there and say, "Oh, I feel this, I feel that, I need this, I need that." So we're talking about what you need, right? You actually need compassion. So you now identify it for yourself, right? This compassion bit, it's written everywhere. It's not rocket science, but we're just not aware. It's just there, by the way, and we take it for granted. So now we are putting a bit more spotlight onto our emotions, and sometimes you don't know where to spotlight. So it's like a stage, and you have many, many different characters on stage. And now we say spotlight, some of the more important one, but you're looking at the stage. There are too many, and you don't know who to spotlight, or you
Right.
don't know what to spotlight. So
Right.
that's the difficulty, because everything seems important. Even those that are insignificant or inconsequential, it becomes clutter, a weed in the space.
I see. Okay.
Glenn still has nothing.
He still cannot manage this one, no?
I'm just learning. I'm just seeing where this
Where this is going.
heads to. I mean,
Yeah.
you're right. It's a pity Angel is not here, because I'm sure she
She
would have
would love
led the
it.
way.
She would have a lot
Yes,
to say. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Because this is really her topic, and she really wanted to talk about it. So I'm sorry, Angel. We can
So
do it
let's-
another time.
Let's all guess what emotions Angel wants to grow.
Hey, you're distracting us from you.
Yeah, this is called moving the attention somewhere else, you know?
Yes. So great that Glenn brought it up. In a relationship, any relationship, we try not to guess for the other person, because they will have their own interpretation. So when we guess, sometimes we make a mistake, so we try not to do that.
Oh, I know already. I know what I want to grow.
Okay.
Now that we're talking, and all of a sudden, I think I want to grow my patience. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
of
course.
course.
Yeah, I think I'm rather impatient.
Okay.
Okay. So patience, how would that look like?
What do you mean?
Like, how would that look like? Meaning, where would you see yourself being impatient or patient? So you
Oh,
can
like
give us
everywhere,
some-
like on the golf course, in my relationships. Yeah, sometimes I can be like, look, I'm quite I'm not dumb. So like even within our team here on the big show, I know there have been occasions where I've displayed impatience. You know what I mean? But I can't help it. I don't know if it happens, often, but I know that my teammates can sense it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So base is you have patience, because many times we see your patience, we see you being very kind to all of us, but there are occasions that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can come to the next part, which is what is like the negative emotion to me, because these would trigger you to upset that foundation. So for FD, what would a negative emotion look like that would trigger your compassion? That means it will cause you to not be compassionate. Same thing for Glenn. What would cause you to be impatient?
Okay.
What causes my lack of compassion is actually I don't know the emotion for it, you know. You know how you want to be compassionate to people who are less fortunate, but in the back of your mind you're just saying, get the hell up and do something about it. Stop sitting there and waiting for someone to help you. Get up and do it yourself.
I see.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So sometimes I see people and I know I should be more compassionate towards them, but in the back of my mind I'm going, look, you're just sitting there waiting for someone to come out and hand feed you. Get up and do it yourself.
Yeah, I've seen that, you know, in FD many times. And I keep on telling him, hey, you know, you got to understand, maybe something else is happening in the person's life.
Yes, Glenn has said that to me
You know,
before.
so that's the reason why it's not easy for this person to move forward. You know, because emotionally he or she is being held down by certain factors, you know, that's happening behind the scenes.
I find my understanding of where that person is in life is not complete.
So he judges sometimes in that sense.
Yes, maybe I'm just
he
judgmental.
should be less judgmental.
Maybe I should be just less judgmental.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on, Jerry. We'll go back on air, okay? Maybe you can ask us
Okay.
that question once again.
Okay.
It'll be
okay.
quite interesting.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Well, you've got the usual delays across the expressways. That's not going to surprise you too much this morning, I don't think. Let's see what else has happened. The ECP towards the city. An accident at East Coast Park Car Park H exit. Avoid lane 2. We also have the PIE towards Changi. Vehicle broken down after Thompson Road. Look out for that. Please also look out for the CTE towards the SLE. A vehicle broken down before Mulmain Road exit. Avoid lane 5. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning. Your voice always energizes me.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Oh.
It's it's something innate. You know, like some people, they're born singers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know, they can't speak properly, but they can sing
They can
very,
sing
very well.
brilliantly. Yeah.
Same here. For
True,
me,
true.
I sound good, but then when I start singing,
That's a different
Finish.
story.
yes.
Yes.
That's
You
why-
captivate people when you sing.
No,
no,
hardly.
See, this voice, one would expect this voice to be a good singing voice as well, but no. Not
Actually-
everyone can be a Daphne Kula.
This
you
is
know,
true.
it's like great singer,
Yeah.
and then great
voice.
radio
Yeah.
personality as
Yeah.
well. Of course, I mean, we do have some singers who are trying to be radio DJs, but simply can't make it.
Can't make it. It does happen, unfortunately.
Right. Okay.
So
Anyway,
Okay,
back
so-
to the topic,
Yes,
right? I
yes.
was asking,
Correct.
about, so with the emotions that is our base that we want to grow, what will affect it? What is that negative emotion that will affect, the growth that we want to weed out? Yeah, so that's the one that we want to weed out.
yep. And FD has a problem. He's too judgmental.
Well, okay, let me explain to people why Glenn says I'm judgmental. Sometimes I see people and I want to be compassionate, but in the back of my mind, I'm going, get up and do something about it. Don't wait to be spoon-fed. Don't wait for someone to come and solve your problem. Get up, do something about it. You have the ability to do something about it. Do something about it.
But then he's in the wheelchair with no legs selling tissue paper. How do you expect him to get up?
I'm not necessarily talking about those sort of people.
Okay.
Yeah, but that
Okay, so
does
you're
hold me back,
talking-
and I guess it's that judgmental part of me that needs to be weeded out, I guess, to a degree.
Okay, so that's a label, that's a trait that you're putting onto yourself, and those are thoughts that you have. So it's actually very, very difficult to try and look at your emotions. So I'm asking about emotions. So a lot of people confuse thoughts and emotions. So they then just stick with the thoughts. I think this way. I know you think this way, but what is the emotion behind it? So
Anger.
Remember
Anger.
I mentioned
Anger that they're not doing it.
It's got nothing to do with you.
Anger hides other emotions. So I always say anger is a very peculiar emotion that hides other emotions. So it usually is paired with another emotion underneath it that is fueling the anger. So it doesn't come silo. Comes with something else. It could be guilt, it could be embarrassment, it could be, a whole host of other emotion. So let's dig a little bit deeper. I see FD contemplative.
No,
Yeah,
because-
who in the world is he thinking of? I mean, these people,
No.
if you don't really know them, they're not related to you, then why do you care so much?
Because if I go into this will end up a therapy session. I know why I'm like that.
Good.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
know why he's
Look.
like that.
Look at the emotion.
No, I know why that anger is there.
Oh,
I do.
do you want to share? But I
Come
mean,
on.
we
Come
can
on.
take it any
Come on.
direction.
Because-
Shine was showing, FD the red card. I asked Shine to put on the red card. Don't distract FD because he's about to
Because
tell us something interesting.
Because when I was growing up and when times were tough and when times were hard, nobody reached out to help. I had to get up off my ass and fight and do it on my own. So why can't other people do it? That's my thought.
Okay. And you get
Okay.
angry.
And I get angry because I could have done it. Why can't you just get up and do it yourself?
Okay, let's continue to talk, to Jerry and FD about this on the Big Show TV. It's 8:18.
It's
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you.
see, it's turned into
Lovely.
another therapy
No, it's
session.
lovely. It's
Good
lovely.
one.
FD, thank you. Because
Yeah.
then people will know that it is not so scary and it is quite painless. So I hear the situation, I hear the event. I still don't hear the emotion. So when you felt that you were alone and you had
Yeah.
to fend for yourself and you made it through, how did that process feel for you?
Fearful because I never knew if it would actually work and whether I would succeed. I was
Okay.
continuously scared.
That's like everyone, right? Worried about.
No,
The
no,
future.
no. Worry is worry. Fear is different. It's you're scared.
Okay.
You're scared that you will never amount to anything.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the feeling I had.
Wow.
You see how this
okay.
session is like
So-
everyone's giving everyone a chance to just like speak them. If Angel was here, she'll interrupt already.
Ayo. No, I mean, it's taken it into a different trajectory, so there's fearful, there's scared, and that's where, I would want to then push the next question.
Wow.
Where is it found? Where is this negative emotion found? Where is this type of fear found in especially for FD, right, yourself, right, where it triggers that type of fear, that scared feeling, because it's not everywhere. It's only triggered at certain places, because you say there's a difference between fear and scared, like nervous for the future. Oh, that's not uncertainty. It's just like you come on Therapy Tuesdays, you really don't know what I'm going to ask.
Yeah.
That's uncertainty.
Yeah.
But you're not fearful of the questions, or you're not fearful of coming on and having this chat.
Yeah, but that's because I trust you, Jerry. And when I was growing up, I didn't have that person to trust.
So
You know?
Okay.
See, we all trust you. We all want you to be our therapist, you see. But, if you ask FD to...
again, Glenn.
Yeah,
You
always
ask FD to
forever.
talk to somebody else, he won't be so open,
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I, on the other hand, no problem. Another therapist, I'll be open also. But I would prefer you.
Oh,
I just hope these conversations I have with Jerry actually help people out there.
It does. I think it sets people thinking, and I really am very grateful that you put yourself in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to generalize it, sometimes we need to see what our negative emotions are and where is it found. So take the spotlight away from FD for a little while. The negative emotions can be found. Oh, what is Glenn doing?
Don't worry, Jerry. I'm with you on this one.
Sorry, I'm just stretching.
Social media sometimes, can trigger that. Friends, workplaces, the different environments that you are in can actually trigger that. So you do want to look at what your emotion is before you start going into the different environments, because if not, you'll be cutting out many things that you may not want to cut out. So for example, there was one of the ladies, quite a number of ladies, guys even, so they want hot bodies, right? Ripped bodies, and very nice sculpted bodies. So they follow some coach or some fitness person on Instagram. Okay, and instead of inspiring them, it gets them down. But I would not. So where is the negative emotion found? So the negative emotion is I feel demotivated, I feel a bit demoralized, and then it is found in my Instagram. But it doesn't mean that every account is something that triggers me. Because I could have friends there, I could have family there, I could have other things that is fun for me, but I delete my entire IG because they hear this show and they say, okay, where is it found? IG. So I delete everything. No, we don't do that. We look at what is actually triggering us, and we can then delete or we can weed out certain things and not do a clean sweep.
Okay.
So we need to identify which parts of my social media are triggering me and get rid of that.
Yes. So another example would be a lot of times when we do this exercise, they say, work lah. I don't like my work. And you go like, okay, but you cannot do without your work, right? So you get a little bit stuck because you would go, you have to work. It's a means to an end, right? But it's not every aspect of your work that is bad. Could it be the relationship? Could it be the work itself? What about the work? So you start to go into a little bit more detail, because maybe relationship, but perhaps not the security uncle who greets you every morning. It's got nothing to do with him. Or perhaps it is your work that you feel very dreadful. And if we go further into it, we realize you have not been pacing yourself or not been taking breaks. So then we can actually manage it slightly differently, rather than I don't want to go to work, I escape work.
Okay. Yeah, because everyone has to work, right?
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
So people who are in that situation, they just don't feel like going to work, they're dragging their feet every single day, feeling miserable, depressed even. These people need to see you, Jerry.
Why are you doing this? Okay,
I
they
think so.
need to talk
Yeah.
to someone. So in workplaces, there's something called the Employee Assistance Program, EAP. They can approach their HR, especially bigger organizations. They do have EAP programs, so they can approach their HR to request or to go on their own organizational website to see what their services are. For the smaller ones, maybe they have other boutique organizations that support them.
Sorry, Jerry, what's EAP again?
Employee Assistance Program. EAP. So it's popularized. Also, it has been around for many years. So it's what bigger organizations have for their employees, because they recognize that mental health does affect productivity. So they offer some sessions to all their employees who require them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, because honestly, I'd never heard of EAP, so it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now more and more, right? Mental well-being is being emphasized.
Yes.
This morning, remember, we did the news bulletin.
Yes.
And, it says that the mental well-being of Singapore's young people has improved since 2020. I think you were listening to the news bulletin earlier on, Jerry.
Yes,
But
I
it's
was.
also not fully recovered from the impact of the pandemic.
Yes.
Of the pandemic, yeah.
No, it has not. So Singapore is doing quite a bit,
Yeah.
I've spoken to Lintek a couple of times. He's a really awesome person, and pushing forward a lot of different strategies, different programs out there. Yeah. Yes.
Jerry, when we start to look at these things that we need to declutter,
Yes.
we talk about social media for the young and people like that. It's stuff they understand. But how far back should I start to look?
Okay, ask her that
Okay.
on air. Hold on.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Usual delays across the expressways. A couple of areas to look out for. The PIE towards Changi, a vehicle broken down after Thompson Road. That's going to slow you down a wee bit. ECP towards the city, an accident after East Coast Park car park. H exit, avoid lane 2. Look out for those two areas, please. Stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV Tuesday's edition, which is, where Dr. Geraldine Tan joins us. She's, of course, from the therapy room. We're talking about the ABCs of emotional detox. We've covered decluttering, all right? It's kind of decluttering, especially for the new year.
Yeah.
Also, we discussed what emotions do you want to grow? And, well, I don't think we touched on what is negative emotions, or we kind of did.
changed
Yeah.
the question. Yes, I
Yes,
changed.
Jerry did change the
I kind
question.
of tweaked the question a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just to flow with our discussion earlier.
And where negative emotions are found.
See,
for
this-
FD, in his fingers and in his toes.
Not quite. But that's where we are now. So I'm saying when we start to declutter, do we
Yes.
only look at the present day, or do we go back in time? Because when I was talking to you, I went
Yeah.
back to where I was 18, 19 years old. That's where my
Yes.
problem started.
Yes. Yeah, so sometimes we do that, and we can do psychotherapy, which goes further back, but we can definitely do something like REBT or CBT, so cognitive behavioral therapy, rational emotive behavioral therapy, which is very in the here and now, and that's where the ABC comes in. So A stands for the activating event, which is the trigger event.
Okay.
B stands for the belief. That means when I look at it, what do I think of it? What do I believe that is happening? That's the B. C is the consequences, which is then how my actions are after that, my behavior, how I feel, and how I respond to it. So it's the A, B, and C. So most of the people would look at trying to change the belief, or rather when we are in therapy, we try to work on that belief. A lot of people, when we are disgruntled, we try to change the A, because we say it is somebody else, it is something else, it is the external. But the external, we have no control over the external. So that's where we keep failing and failing all the time. So if we go to the B, then we can look at how can we see our situation differently. So for example, if I were to go, after at 18, 19, he shared that at that point he was disgruntled. He was unhappy. Why is my life like that? Why do I have to do all these? That sense of frustration, the sense of unfairness that we sense from you. Then how can you see it differently, FD? I mean, retrospect is a wonderful thing, but, how could you have viewed it differently now with your older, wiser, perspective?
You see what I mean? I'm feeling a bit impatient now. This is 200 years later. Just get over it, FD. How come you still can't get over it?
Because I didn't deal with it. It's that simple. You didn't deal with it. And okay, retrospect, right? Because what we're talking about is a lot of things, Jerry. It's my mom and dad splitting up and all that kind of thing, right?
Okay. But you didn't tell us that just now,
no.
right?
And the feeling of abandonment and whatever.
Yes.
And it's only now, maybe the last few years, maybe where, and I don't know whether other children feel this, but where you tend to blame yourself a bit for what happened.
Is it normal, Nona? Jerry,
I think I did a little bit.
What I mean is, it's so many years later, and you're feeling it still.
You still feel it. And there's that little bit of, if I had been a better child. If I hadn't been so naughty, if I hadn't done this, if I hadn't done that, maybe they would have stayed together. There's that little bit, that you feel.
Yes. So research does show that children of divorced parents or separated parents do blame themselves quite a bit, because they think that they are the cause of it, but they are not the cause of it. Yeah, it is the parents, that particular generation, having to work through things. So if anything gets displaced, it could be the dog, it could be the cat, it could be the kids, it could be the toothpaste. And we have people splitting up because, the toothpaste is pressed at the wrong place. One press in the center, one press at the end, and then it becomes a cause of contention. It's simply, we laugh at it, but that's how, when people are in a conflict situation, they can externalize and deflect the blame. So in this case, in many cases, the poor child gets the brunt or bears the brunt of it. So you're not alone in this, FD. But I suppose when we look at changing that belief, and maybe we look at it in the here and now. You have mentioned that. So you mentioned the frustration, you mentioned the unfairness. But I suppose, what did you learn from those years?
Okay, we'll talk about that on The Big Show TV. Crash Adams is next. Good Side on Kiss 92. And you can also send your questions in, okay?
Yeah, please.
We'll be
please.
Answering your questions. Jerry will be answering your questions as well. Thank you.
Okay, what I learned from those years of fighting the separation and the guilt and whatever else, and coming out of it, and where I am today. And I say this to people, and many people brush it aside as, oh yeah, I've heard it before. But I firmly believe that a lot of people do not understand or believe this. You are stronger than you will ever know.
So, after learned resilience. FD, displayed strength. Those are your words, right? So your understanding of the activating situation is, I found strength within myself.
Because
Right,
there
so-
was no one to rely on.
So you're stronger than you'll ever know.
And I have to say that to myself many times, till today.
But it's true, right?
Yeah.
So then there should be no problems already, what?
No.
Because you're stronger.
No, you're stronger, but you still
you
have
know.
these nagging things in the back.
That means not
They
You
still
are
nag.
strong. So
Not
FD
so
is
strong. If not, you won't be feeling like this. If it's really strong, you won't be feeling like this.
I will smack you after 4 years of talking about emotions. You tell me a person feeling emotions is weak.
Am I saying that?
Whoa, die. Glenn Gana.
No, but he said he's stronger than.
I am, but you got to remember that feeling emotions, feeling what I feel, does not make me weak.
Yes.
Oh, then
It doesn't
you,
make me
you
weak.
mentioned strong. That's why.
It doesn't make me weak.
Maybe.
I'm
you
just
shouldn't have used the word
acknowledging. I'm
strong.
just acknowledging the emotions I have in me.
Okay.
So we've just changed and we've just said, the activating event where you feel alone has made you stronger. Okay. So now we go back to, when you are facing somebody that you need to be compassionate with. Those are the words that you can say to the person. You are stronger than you actually believe. Go do something about it. Go do something. Right?
Yeah.
So-
Use those words. Okay.
Correct. So in being compassionate, so I really love how every time you piece everything together. So you have now learned to be a bit more aware and compassionate towards yourself. Now you can use that in situations that trigger you.
Right. Okay. Boy, that was good.
You see, he just had a therapy session from
That
you
was damn good. That was really good, Jerry.
without even needing to pay.
Wow.
So everybody just went through, all the listeners have just gone through a little CBT session with ABC. Wow, all the acronyms.
Well, what is
Cognitive
CBT?
Cognitive behavioral therapy,
Therapy.
using ABC, activating event, belief, and consequences. So when you change the belief, then it will impact how you behave in the different scenarios.
Wow.
But why do you think FD could not figure it out on his own?
It's more difficult. Come on, it's really tough.
Other than my wife,
Yeah.
Jerry is the person I talk to the most about my emotions
Okay.
on a Tuesday.
Right.
So take a step back now and view my life.
Okay.
I have one person I can talk to on a Tuesday and one person who I don't want to overload too much with.
Right.
So who do I talk to? I have...
Okay, but that also, what's your circle of friends? I would have thought you'd have more people, more confidants.
No.
Okay.
I have friends, but not friends I would unload on.
Maybe it's not real friends.
No, it's my choice.
Okay.
I won't unload on them
You
because...
obviously don't really trust them.
No, I don't feel I want to burden them with that.
Right. Okay. For me, I have 2 good friends
Yeah.
and 1 therapist.
Wow.
You see how balanced I am?
Wow. And still you're impatient, huh?
Still, I'm impatient. Still, I'm impatient. I'm trying to find out why I'm impatient, which is why I was about to go halfway through. It's already 8:40 already. Today it's
no,
been all about
wow.
FD. It would have been more interesting if he had spoken about me today.
We should
The
focus
next
on
time round.
Glenn
Next time round.
next
But then
Tuesday,
with
Jerry.
Angel back, no way lah.
Don't worry, I'll send her a message.
But anyways, we're looking at control also. So if anybody wants to read, there's Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey has the 90-10 theory. So 90% is within your control, 10% is not within your control. Very similar concept also. When something happens, that situation is the 10% that you cannot control. Anything after that event, that moment, is within your control. How you react, how you behave is within your control. In essence.
I love what you're saying. 90% in control, 10% kind of out of your control. I find myself in situations like that all the time. Not so much in work, but in like my personal relationships, right?
Right.
And the 10% that is not, let's say, working out irritates the hell out of me.
Okay, Jerry.
You know what I mean?
What do you say to that then?
So the irritation is, if that part is within his control, that means that the behavior, how you respond to it is within your control. So for example, today's topic was completely out for you because you were struggling to try and come into the whole conversation. But you stayed calm, which you have patience. So you stayed calm, you listened, and you interjected when you could.
Right.
So that's the consequence, or that's the control that you have. You could have reacted in any other way, but you chose this way to react, and all the listeners benefited.
Right. Sometimes, okay, I know we have to, are we going back on air?
Wrap up.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to let this one.
Okay, Glenn's going to let go on air. Let's do this.
But of course, we won't have time to finish it, but I'll let go on air. Okay, cool. Stand by.
Kiss 92 traffic.
Alrighty, are you guys stuck in a jam? Well, that shouldn't surprise you too much. That's pretty much normal for Singapore at this time of the day. KPE towards the ECP, a vehicle broken down after Tampines Road exit. PIE towards Changi, a vehicle broken down before Jurong Town Hall Road, avoid lane 3. ECP towards the city, we've still got that accident at East Coast Park, Car Park H exit, lots of congestion there. Please stay within the speed limit, have everyone buckled up, be safe as you drive today.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our question of the day is flashing across the screen right now. Your screen, okay? And of course, up for grabs. You stand a chance of winning a PT session and a week of classes at Dare Training Club.
Nice.
All right? So just answer the question. It's a very, very simple question.
You answer the question in the comment section of our Facebook.
Name any chest workout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name any chest
I know
workout. Go
all
for it. Come on.
the chest workouts, so I'm the moderator.
You're the moderator. Okay, come on. Go for it, people.
All right, we're speaking to Jerry about about emotions.
You're
today.
supposed to open up. Come on.
Open up about.
You just said.
No, I just want to let everybody know, because earlier on the question that you asked, Jerry, was what again? And I mentioned that I need to grow this emotion. I need to grow.
Impatience, I think.
Yes.
impatience.
I have to grow
Patience.
Your patience.
my patience, because
Yeah.
I'm impatient. The thing about me is, right, when I get angry, right, for whatever reason, when I get angry, the things that come out of my mouth can be very hurtful.
Okay. I'm the same. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that normal? Because many women don't understand that, I think. Once, let's say,
When I
something
get-
hurtful comes out of a man's mouth, that's it. It will take years, for the person to get over it.
I think when we get angry, our filters kind of switch off.
And then after that, you go like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have been so strong. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But that's it. It's gone. You've said it.
Yeah.
You've said it already.
Yeah.
And then what happens is if your other half kind of like goes in there and brings it up again, and then boom, you tend to like talk about it again, So I guess maybe what I need to do, I don't know, is maybe not be so quick to react or open my mouth. What do you think, Jerry? And I'm sure
well-
many men are in this situation as well, right?
That's an action that you would like. So that's an outcome that you are like. So we're looking at how to change that so that this outcome happens. And that's where we were talking about it today. You know, how do you change that thought process to probably temper your emotions a little bit, the parts that you can control, you know, and then the outcome will happen.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think this will help. So this is a homework for everybody. So
Okay.
all of you,
Homework.
including the listeners.
Okay, Shalini,
so
Cheyenne,
there-
homework.
it's very, very simple. Okay, not so simple. Just pen down your 5 core values. Pen down your 5 core values. So that would be a little guide for yourself. So I'll share mine, or shall we share it next session?
Next
I
session.
think we have some time.
Next
Do we have
We have another half an hour.
Wow.
Oh no, Cheyenne says no. Oh, we have to wrap up right now. Cheyenne says yes, we have to wrap up right now. You haven't even. As in, do we have questions for Jerry? Not even.
Everybody's been commenting on what I've been commenting on. Nobody's got a question.
Oh, okay,
Oh
good.
no!
Good.
Okay, I should change how I ask the next session. But anyway, I'll leave everybody. I don't know where this quote is from, but I'll leave everybody with this quote. Are we rounding up here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. Things happen for me and not to me. Things happen for me and not to me.
Okay,
Wow.
for me and not to me.
That's a
Not
good
to
one, Jerry.
me.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
But
one.
I don't know where this comes from, okay? So
I think it's from the
yeah.
Bible. No,
You are.
I don't know. If anybody knows, please let me know.
things happen for me and not
Yes.
to me.
To me.
Very positive way to look at things.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice,
With that-
Jerry.
With that, I will send everybody off on their work and everything else. And please enjoy your pineapple tarts.
Oh yeah, thank
Will
you so
do.
much for the pineapple tarts. Let me tell you who also makes some mean pineapple tarts. Our very own Cheyenne Lim.
Cheyenne.
Yes, and her mom,
Cheyenne,
Erica.
have fun.
Yeah, solid, low sugar pineapple tarts some more.
Yeah, very good.
Yum, yum.
I'm ordering 200 tarts.
Wow.
Okay, anyway, but thank you very much for the tarts as well, Jerry.
No worries.
Thank you, Jerry.
No
Thank you
worries.
for
I'll
a
see you
wonderful
on
day
the
as well.
street.
A wonderful session as well.
No worries. See
Get him to pay
everyone.
now you later.
Rubbish. Okay.
Okay,
Bye, Jerry.
bye-bye. Coming up, headline news and sports.